What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sundays with Sully. This week we're going to be discussing Fusion Apollo and how to do a software upgrade on it. That's part of my task. When we get new boats in here and getting things set up, I have to make sure all the software is up to date. And part of that is making sure now our stereos are up to date. If you have the Fusion Link app on your phone or your iPad, you are going to have probably already seen a notification come across on your screen that says there's a software update available. So as long as you're connected to the internet via cellular or via Wi-Fi, you can go ahead and download that onto your phone before you even get to your boat. And then when you get to your boat and you connect your iPad, your cell phone, whatever your device is, to your Fusion Apollo via Wi-Fi, you can then go in and upload the software update onto your stereo. So it's a rather simple process. I've already gone ahead on my handy dandy iPad here and downloaded the software that I've needed to do to kind of show you guys how to do it. We go into our top right hand corner, which is the gear right here, and we scroll down on this one, and we're going to tell it we want to do general. We select our general, and this is where we're going to scroll down, and we're going to tell it we want to do a software update. Remember, we've already downloaded it onto this device, so we simply go into here. We say there's an online version. We want to send the version 4.0, because it's currently at 3.0, over to it. So we're going to send it. It's going to ask us again one more time, do we want to send it? We say yes. Now it's just going to go ahead, and now we're going to have to wait as it's software, and now we're connected via Wi-Fi, so we've got a decent speed on it. But it does warn you right on there, do not close the app. So we have to sit here, let this run out for a couple of minutes, and it's going to sit here and do its thing. So that was what, 10-12 minutes in the real time of Wi-Fi sending this signal to it. It's now sent it over that, and you can see on our Fusion screen here it says updating. We're going to status bar. So now it's sent all the software over to our stereo. Now it has to actually upload it into the stereo. We can do this via Wi-Fi. As you saw, it's a little time consumptive, but if you don't have access to the back of this unit readily available, which on a lot of boats you don't. Thankfully on these Southports we can get right to the back of them. But if you don't have easy access, the Wi-Fi is the way to go. Otherwise you can just download the software onto a USB thumb drive. You can pop it into the back of this, go into the settings screen right directly on your Fusion, tell it software update, and it knows to look in the USB drive for that software update, and it will then go through and do this upload process right here. So it skips the whole 10-12 minute process of loading all of the software over to our Fusion. Now, why do you want to do a software upgrade? Why? It's a stereo, it plays music, it works just fine. Well, you see when there's the software update, they give a release of what's available to it, and there's some Empire things that are coming down the line. There's a user interface that's changed a little bit. We're going to also keep that lock in step with our Garmin MFDs, making sure all of that software is up to date as well. So that way, as Garmin releases new features that are going to be available in the future for the stereo, your software will be up to date and ready to go. And you can kind of, it's good to keep everything up to date. You don't walk around with an old out of date cell phone. Why would you have your boat's navigation and entertainment system out of date? So, as I said, it's another minute or two. It's going to go through here and do its process. We're at about, 89% right now. It's going to go through and load it. And once it gets fully loaded, then we're going to get another screen is going to pop up, and then it's going to cycle through its power here. And once it cycles through all of that stuff, we're then going to be good to go. And we'll go show some of the features that are available to it. So as this thing's sitting on here for a minute, there we go. Like I said, it's not the quickest thing in the world. That's why we do these things before boats leave the factory, and that's also why we do these things for our clients before the boats go in the water for the spring. Try to make sure you guys are all up to date and save you all the time and hassle of doing this. So if your shop offers that, this is why they're doing it. They're saving you a lot of time and hassle. You guys don't want to do this on a Saturday morning before you hit the water. So we're going to give this a couple more minutes here. It's going to go through and do its thing. We're going to let it go. Alright, so now after our gear icon and wrench icon have come up, it's going to go through, it's writing all its software. Go ahead, leave power onto it. Don't disrupt power from it. And now we're going to go back through. We've got our splash screen. It's going to come back up with our new software already loaded. Everything's ready to go. And give it a second here. Alright, so there it is. Now we're back up, we're loaded, we're going. And the first thing we need to do is go back out of this here. We're going to go in. In our case, we want to do our Bluetooth connection. So we're going to go ahead and do Bluetooth. And now, connect our Bluetooth. There we go. Some of the things that you're going to notice now is on the lower left-hand corner of the touchscreen here is the very familiar circle with an arrow, and that is going to bring us to our sources. You see our icons for our sources have actually changed on here now, so we've given it a little different feel to it. And then one of the other features that they've done now is they have what they call a home. So whenever you turn up the volume, it's going to turn up home. So in this case, we want to go in and we want to change our zone. That's going to be under our settings, which is under the gear icon. We're going to change zones, and we are going to say assign a home zone. We scroll down, we want the home zone to be all. That means when you turn the volume up, they all go up and down together. This is a larger cabin cruiser or something, and maybe you only want the flybridge to go up and down most of the time. You don't want to blast out the aft deck. You can do that from there. But in this case, we're just going to choose all. That gives us our home icon right here, and that's going to turn our volume up and down across the board. So it makes it for a very nice, easy to use, easy functionality on there. So it's an easy, good thing to do. So that software update, it's a little time consumptive, and you want to make sure you stay near the equipment when you're doing it. As you see from the time of doing it, it's better to do it on an iPad and not on your phone, because you're going to get a phone call or you're going to get distracted and you're going to walk away from the phone mid-software update. So if you can, take the thumb drive, cuts the time in half, and you don't have to worry about the phone and connectivity issues and things like that. It makes it just a lot easier to do. So that is Fusion Apollo software upgrade. Currently, right now, spring of 2020, it's version 4.0. Most of your systems out there are probably sitting at 3.0 right now, so it's a big jump up for them. It's not a incremental jump, which is part of the reason it took so long, was the amount of software that it did have to bring onto it. So that's it. As always, if you want to stay up to date with the latest marine tech trends, give us a follow on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Navtronics. You got some questions for us? You got some comments? Please feel free to drop them below in the comments or shoot us an email. We'll be happy to answer them on an upcoming episode of Sundays with Sully. And until next time, I'm going to crank some tunes on my freshly updated software and go figure out what the hell I'm doing next week. Until then, guys, peace.